My audio working? Yes, no, otherwise? Yes, we are. We're good. Okay, welcome to the 56th episode of the On Blast Show. Before I bring in my co-host for the night, because DarKNaTaS is out with work and he's stuck. Unfortunately, he might be picketing, which sucks for him, but the show must go on. So I figure in the interim, since VXG is this week and I will be leaving tomorrow, I am going to bring in my Jamaican connection, Mr. David Russell. And we'll get him in here. What's up, my Jamaican man?
What's up, James?
Okay, here we go. Before we start this show tonight, I need help from the audience. Do I start with the St. Martin drink of choice, which is the guava berry? Do I start with a simple Bud Light Platinum? Or do I try my new combination, which is like a blue edition of Red Bull with vodka? And yes, Zimmerman saves. We did reach out to Brian. We do want Brian to come on. We are going to be talking about VXG. We're going to be talking about a lot of the bullshit that goes on as usual. Who do we got here? Somebody just messaged me up. Whichever burns more. Oh, shit. Biggs is asking me whatever burns more. They all feel the same to me. So you know what? In honor of the islands, we're going to start with some guava berry today. A nice shot of guava berry. And this is a salute. I wish everybody that was here watching the show was here. I'd make you all shots and we'd have a big fucking party. So to everybody that comes and faithful to the show, this one's for you, and so will the rest of them be. That got a kick. Anyway, so we got VXG coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got Casino Royale. Just to give you a quick gist of what it is, I'm going to run the commercial one more time so you guys see exactly what's going to be happening.
Fly with us and get flown over. The boy Gilda.
Get
Goes a little something like.
So dope that I was born in the trap house. Your girl jockey homie, tell me what is that bout? That bout? I'm too legit to quit. Big Poppy or T-Swag, hit after hit. I'm moving forward, you falling back. Killing with my words, they under attack. They under attack. They under attack. Killing with my words, they under attack.
And with that said, let me introduce to you. If you don't know David Russell by now, then I don't know what channels you're watching. The guy is a jack of all trades. He's on every show I've ever seen. He's been on there at least once or twice. What's up, David?
Not much, James. I wasn't expecting to do any co-hosting today, but
Hey, you know what? It was a last-minute spur of the moment, and I was like, you know what? Since VXG's coming up, who better to have than a guy from the islands?
Good thinking, James. Good thinking.
So, you know, a lot of shit's gone on. I've had a couple of people out there point out this asshole, and I do use the word asshole very loosely because I would rather use a lot more worse words, but I'm going to censor myself. There's Mr. Keats, again, going into rooms, talking shit about me for no fucking reason. Again. And then they wonder why I lash out at them. And then I mean, you're going into channels saying the show is trash, and like I tweeted earlier today, if you call me trash, they're basically saying anybody that comes to this show is trash. I see people getting censored. I don't know why people are getting censored. I don't like that. But reality is this. I got a couple of fuck yous I want to get out of the way quick.
But James, before you get that, are you sure it's Keith and not a Keith named troll?
No, because it wasn't, I don't think it was a Keith's name troll because he was holding a regular conversation in it as well. The person that pointed it out to me was in there. And I'm not going to say he egged him on a little bit, but he egged him on just a little bit. And then the guy basically, oh, the On Blast show, they're trash, they're this, they're that. Everything's wrong with us. But then he's going to turn around and say, oh, wait, guys, come to my tournament and give me your money. So, fuck you. I don't want anybody to ever go to this piece of shit tournament again. Now, I've made leeway. I've actually spoken to some members over Twitter. I don't know if some people have seen it, that are trying to further the lack of or the prevention of the discrimination of I want to get it right. I don't want to call it UGFTs. It's lesbian, gays, transsexuals, and I don't know what A's are. There's an A at the end now. I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not fully educated on it, but I've had talks with Crispy Creamy Michael, and you know what? I'm horrible with the other gentleman's name. I can actually look it up. In fact, while I'm sitting here, I'll look it up quick, because you know what? I got no ill words to say about these guys. I'm always willing to engage in conversation when it comes to anything that's going to help further this community as a whole. One of the things you'll notice, and this is something I've said from the get-go, I don't want your money. I don't need donations. I do plan on holding a charity drive, or should I say a charity stream. But the money will specifically go to the charities, not to me, not to some group that's going to split the money. I want guys to, donate to causes, and I'm going to allow the fans of the show to pick 5 causes that they actually feel need to get those donations. And through that, I am going to give prizes away, things from, autograph sticks from players that, I mean, just to give you an example, hold on. As you can see here, this stick here is autographed by all the members from the MK community that showed up to the first MLG tournament in Columbus, Ohio. So we'll be giving stuff like that away. That's the type of stuff you will never get. I'll be giving away autograph books. I've had a couple of people ask me for autographs of other stuff. I'm also going to reach out to Carrie Tagawa, a lot of other people. And it's basically, like I said, it's going to be a charity by the community, for the community, to actually say, look, you know what? We're sick of the bullshit. There's nobody else out there. We are the community. You cannot turn around and start censoring people based off of what they think. And a big shout out to Mr. Molina, a defender of me.
James, I'm getting some questions here. People are asking, is the prizes international or US and Canada only?
The prizes will go everywhere and anywhere. I don't care if you live in Antarctica. I will make sure you get the prizes.
Okay, I know there'll be some happy Eskimos.
Yeah, but there ain't too many Eskimos up in the Antarctic.
Okay, polar bears.
But there'll be a hell of a happy polar bear while the global warming is melting his ice. At least to be able to float away on his PDP stick.
Yeah.
I'm also going to try to reach out to some of the companies out there and get some swag and stuff from companies such as Mad Cats, Capcom, a lot of stuff I got in the works for it. I've personally been affected, in my family. My mother suffered from breast cancer. My youngest sister just got diagnosed with lupus. My brother's got MS. And they were all the good ones. I'm the one that did all the drugs and the fucked up things growing up, and apparently I just made myself immune to sickness. But, and other charities that you guys see as, something that you feel is worth it. As far as Evo goes, obviously I'm going to hit on it a little bit tonight. I know a lot of people weren't happy about the prize money. They said it was literally half of what they were supposed to get. We're going to talk about this guy called Webster. And I'm not talking about Emmanuel Lewis. I'm talking about my big black friend Webster, my bestest friend in the world. Once again, the fucking hate that this guy gets in the MK community, it sickens me to my stomach. He's been in this community since the get-go because he doesn't follow the world of their conformity. He's basically bashed as an outcast. I didn't say my big black nigga.
Well, at least you didn't say BBC.
But, in all honesty, and it's funny because he knows he's good friends with Keats. And that's when people judge characters of what type of person somebody is. And it's funny because everybody now got this ask.fm thing. And the first thing they ask him, they go, "Are you gay?" And you know what he said? He says, "Yeah, I'm gay. I like my dick." I'm saying, well, okay, you know what? Why is that an issue? To me, when people ask that question, I don't ask you and go, "Hey, David, are you heterosexual?"
Yep. Super.
I'm saying the point is, I don't ask it. You know what I'm saying? It's
a weird question to ask.
Exactly. So why is it
Unless
not
you're
weird?
interested or something.
Well, you Jamaicans, you got the dreads going on.
Mm-hmm.
You got those dreads, long dreads, or no?
No. I cut my hair.
You
Can't.
yeah.
So.
Well, if you had the dreads, maybe me and you, I'd buy you a couple of steaks off tacos at Taco Bell. Maybe maybe throw a Mickey in there or something, But in all seriousness, Webster is a stand-up guy, and I seen him get banned on Test Your Might. This MK community is fucking pathetic. They really are. You know what, Mr. Molina? If you come to New York, I promise you I will buy you dinner and I'll buy you a pair of fucking Wonder Woman underoos that you can wear when we go out. I would definitely, Mr. Molina, I would take you out anywhere you want. Except fucking Fifth Avenue. Fuck you. You ain't that good. But you said you were coming to New York also. So anyway, let me get some quick shout outs out while I'm sitting here. Obviously, I'm glad to see Dark Lurker is back in the house. I don't know what happened. Obviously, Big the Tank, Grow, Biggs, Griever S. Keith, Sokuro. I mean, you guys are here all the time. Zimmerman say this is the second time I've seen you here, so you're definitely getting a shout out. You know what? I do, believe it or not, and I know I have a lot of mixed races in the chat. Obviously, I'm gonna guess, but it's not a guarantee because we already discussed this. That since you're from Jamaica, you might be black. But the point is, there's a good chance, but there's also whiteys there too.
Yep, they sound just like me.
I haven't seen an Asian Jamaican though. That'd be kind of fucking cool.
Watch VXG. The guy who won the qualifier for Marvel would definitely be considered an Asian.
And he got the whole Jamaican accent going on too.
Yep, that's how it goes down here. Everybody fucks everybody. So.
Well, I'm hoping to go to St. Martin and change the face of a country. And basically it will have the fastest white kids on the planet. by the time I'm
James,
done.
I have to tell you, if I know my Caribbean history right, you're too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got some white in them.
Everybody,
No.
everybody. Well, that's Spanish, but technically Spanish. The original Spanish were blonde, blue-eyed. So, yeah, I guess I. Well, you know what? It ain't gonna hurt to try. I'm gonna make a white Usain Bolt.
Well, good luck.
I
Or
mean,
maybe not so much good luck.
well, yeah, it's gonna definitely take some luck. But anyway, listen. So we got VXG coming up. The event may have some oopses. It may have some good moments. It may have some bad moments. I'm glad it's there. I cannot stomach the sight of people that have been bashing it because I got to play private dick and go around and nobody has the balls to say things straight to my face or straight to Rolando's face. They go behind the back with little ampersigns and try to make it so nobody sees it. And then when they're confronted, they got nothing to say.
Yep.
That I'm getting sick of. Somebody sent me a clip. I believe it was the Game Rider, and it was a part of the movie of the Untouchables, and it was Sean Connery talking to Kevin Costner, and it was when Sean Connery basically said to him, "Are you willing to do anything to get Capone?" And Costner's response was, "Anything within the law," and he basically said, if he pulls out a knife, you pull out a gun. If he puts one of your guys in the hospital, you put him in the morgue. And I wrote back to him and I sent them back and I said, you know what? That is a good line to the movie. But to me, what epitomized the movie was the part when Robert De Niro got up when all his with all his Ginzu friends sitting at the table and he started to talk about baseball. And he pulled the bat, and he said, exactly, the Game Writer said, batter up. And he walked around the table, and he says, look, when you get up to bat, it's an individual sport. It's you versus the pitcher. But when you're out in the field, it's a team. And if that team doesn't, if one person in that team doesn't click with the rest of them, the whole team fails. And needless to say, after that, one of his players failed him, so he took a bat to the back of the head.
Ouch.
You know,
I remember that.
you know, but it's not. I know my face sucks. You want to hear about the e-files? You know what? The e-files issue is not going to happen until after VXG. We want to see how VXG goes, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's in the e-files. You know, I mean, I could tell you from my own experience, you know, the last 3 years that I've been in this scene again, I ain't leaving. You know, and it's funny because, you know, I've now spoken to Tom Cannon on a couple of occasions, and I'm going to assume that from our conversations, he's come to the conclusion that I'm not this evil guy that's out to hurt nobody. In fact, he had told me Mr. Wizard laughs about the Hot Pocket thing. Now, if he turned around to me and said, yo, Mr. Wizard was sitting in the bathroom crying all day because you called him a Hot Pocket dude, then I'd be like, you know what? Honestly, I would stop. I have my own files. They're not files. They're dirt that I see that goes on that people think I don't know that go on. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose them right now for one reason and one reason only. I'm not TMZ. I'm not going to run something that I'm not 100% on.
That's fair enough.
You know, if I'm going to open my mouth and condemn somebody, like I can get on the mic right now and say the biggest arrogant, pompous son of a bitch in this whole community is Alex Jet Bailey. Without a doubt.
That's kind of an open secret, isn't it?
Exactly. It's not a secret. The most pompous. But, you know what? I give him credit. And one of the things I want to talk about, and I'm not going to start preaching religion to you guys, but, you know, towards the end of CEO, he had brought the guy who runs Gamers for Christ. And when he brought him on there, the stream monsters were basically ripping him apart.
I thought that was unfair. And
And
I'm
I-
an atheist.
it-
And I
it-
thought I was a bit mean.
Exactly. And
I
it's-
don't think they should have done that.
And here's a guy who's going out of his way to help people, and you're shitting on him. You know, and me and him have held small conversations back and forth on Twitter. And I told him, I said, look, I believe in God, and I don't give a crap who knows it. You know, it ain't my job to prove he exists. It's your job to prove to me he don't. And if you can do that, I'll shut my mouth and I'll join your team. But until
I look on it even differently than that, James. It's like, they say religion is the opium of the people. I don't want to take it. I'm not going to slap weed out of somebody's hand. So why am I going to take somebody's religion away if it makes them happy?
exactly, whatever gives that person peace. I don't care if you pray to God, you pray to a rock, you pray to a weed that grows out of the ground, or a needle that sticks out of your arm. It's not my place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that people do that in this community, that is the type of stuff that makes this community go to a stalemate. Because if you think about it, how many groups, now I'm not talking about those Methodists, those ones that go and, like, you know, stand over the carcasses of people that came back from war, telling them they're going to hell. I forgot what that group is.
Assholes.
Yeah, they're a group of assholes, but, you know, they don't, you know, they take it to that other extreme.
Yes, Westboro. Thank you there.
Westboro, there you go. The Westboro jerk-offs. That's what we'll call them. But you know what? And I've told this to a couple of people, and people have said to me, well, why do you believe in God? You know, and I'm here. And the fact of the matter that I've been shot, that I've been stabbed multiple times, that I've done, we'll just say I've done substances I shouldn't have done in quantities that the average human should not consume. By the way, just so you guys know, as I'm doing all this right now, I am never running for politics. This is not an option. But, you know, it's like there's things that have happened in my life where some people could say coincidence. You call it a coincidence. You know, I'll give you a quick, small example. When I was about 9 years old, the town was doing construction, and they were redoing the sewer pipes. And when they redo the sewer pipes here, you know, you see these big concrete slabs of, like, basically cones that they put in the ground to, you know, the pipe. And of course, as a kid, you know, you like to roam around and do fucked up things. But I had gone into one, and they were pretty high. It was like, you know, whatever, 20 steps to get up to the top. Well, apparently the crane, and the guys were actually, they knew they did it. They thought it would be funny to put the top of the crane over the top of the pipe so I couldn't get out.
Oh.
Now, of course, I'll tell you all right now, 9 years old, I pissed my motherfucking pants. I pissed my pants, and I'll tell you this right now, like a fucking horror movie, I tried to dig my way out. And I clawed my way, exactly, the 70s, that's what you're talking about, Quiet Sunday. I clawed my way out. I dug through that fucking ground like there was no tomorrow. And then eventually you get to a point, unlike the movies, where you just can't claw no more. So now here I am, pissing my pants, just about shit my pants. And these guys decided to go on lunch. So they left the thing on top of me.
What?
And they came back about 45 minutes later. Now, yes, big boys like me, we cry, especially at 9 years old. And you know what? Child endangerment, maybe now, but not then.
Par for the course then.
That wasn't the part that was the worst about it. Now, overall, this thing probably weighed maybe 2,000, maybe between 2,000 and 3,000 pounds, we'll say, when it was, you know, all as a piece. Because it was like probably about an 8-foot pipe. You know, it was a big pipe. So the guys come back from lunch, and now they thought it was funny. They take the crane and lift it up and let me out. Well, unfortunately for them, the handle to the crane broke after they lifted it up, and it smashed right through the pipe.
Shit.
Now, keep in mind, the way a claw works, the opening is facing the sky, not the ground. You know what I'm saying? So the part that actually grabs and rips the dirt up was the opposite way. Well, this thing fell. All of the pipe broke, and the thing pinned me to the ground. But somehow, some way, it flipped over. Physics would not allow it to happen. But the thing managed to flip over, and it trapped me in there. Fucking guys lifted it up, apologized the shit out of me.
Yeah, right, that would help.
You know, oh yeah, apologized the shit out of me. Said, please don't go telling your mommy. I'm getting a response. Mr. Kerbo, yes, I am going to VXG. And proceeded to kiss my ass the rest of the day. In fact, they kissed my ass the whole summer because I had opened up like a little lemonade stand, and I would walk out and do my little lemonade thing at like 9 in the morning. By 10 o'clock, it was all gone. They bought it all. They would hand me 20s, 30s, 50s. I was making bank. For fucking a 9-year-old, I was walking out making $500-$600 on lemonade because they were scared that they were going to get in trouble. But I remember saying, God, please just let me live. Just let me live. Just let me live. And keep in mind, the claw portion of it has the points. My legs landed in between two of those points. That's just so happened the way it be. Now you could call it coincidence. Fine.
Possible.
It could be a coincidence. Could it be God's intervention? Possible. I did, and I'm not proud of this, and I sure as hell, I'm telling everybody right now on this show, I do not condone drug use. Alcohol, legal drugs, I'm all cool with.
I don't know, James. I have a different position on you on that, but you know,
Well,
as I said, religion is a personal experience.
wait,
it's what you felt.
Yeah. Well, now wait.
What I think doesn't matter.
Let me
It's what
let
you
me
felt
let
at
me
that
go.
moment.
Let me go into more. Now anybody out there that's gone skiing, then they know what I'm talking about. I dropped 5K on a night and did 5K worth of snow in one sitting. That was when money was good and everybody, you know, my 80s. It was enough to pretty much kill a small third world country. And I was in that frame of mind, and I'm going to tell everybody out in the stream the same exact thing. I thought I was invincible, and I thought I could do anything, but at the same time, I wasn't a kid that, you know, and please don't take this the wrong way to anybody out there that's going through issues. You know, anybody that's going through issues and you want somebody to talk to, you got every possible way you can hit me up. Once again, pound, fucking OBS show if you need to get me on a phone. But I wanted to kill myself because my life sucked, you know, in my opinion at that time in my life. I was not, I wasn't the type that could cut my wrist or take pills. So I figured if I do $5,000 worth of blow, I'll probably blow my heart out and I'll die. Wound up in the hospital, needless to say. Nosebleeds, hemorrhaging everywhere. Lo and behold, I'm here. You know, and this was, actually, I can't say it was actually part of the time that I disappeared from the MK scene. So, I mean, I know Ruku 1012 is asking if it was when I discovered MK. Nah, MK was actually, you know what it was? It was my downside. It was when shit really started going bad for me. I had just gotten stabbed in the heart by my girlfriend at the time. And I'm not talking about emotionally, physically, she plunged a knife into my heart. And I walked away from that, which another example of, thank God. Now, I don't know, down in Jamaica, we got these dollar stores called Odd Lot. And And, you know, thank God I was a cheap bastard at the time, and I didn't buy no like $600-700 set of knives. I bought these cheap ass. They were metal. They were aluminum, but they were like, you might as well just call them plastic. And she had schizophrenia. And
now I just feel bad for everybody now.
And she had come home. And it's ironic. They held the E3 show in Atlanta, Georgia, for 1 year. And I had gone down to it, and me and a bunch of my boys drove there. So my boys dropped me off at my house. I tell my girl at the time, I'm like, look, baby, you know, I'll be home in a little bit. She was, you know, I already knew she was a basket case. I said, just do me a favor, leave the door open. So my friends leave, they shut the door, car takes off, and it was like the TV show The Odd Couple, for anybody that doesn't remember it. The door shuts, it starts pouring. I look up the driveway, my car's gone. I have no way in the house. I live on a second-story house. Now I'm pissed. So I have to climb the side of the house to get to the top of the house. I get into the house, and I sit in the living room in a dark room, and I say, I'm going to give this bitch a piece of my mind. I'm going to tell her how it is. And I hear her walking up the stairs, and it was funny because, you know, her name was Jen, but when she was in her alter ego, she used to call herself Vera, which was after a Pink Floyd song for you guys out there. So she's walking up the stairs, and when she walked as Vera, she walked heavier. So at that point, I didn't give a shit. I was pissed. And I'm in the living room. She gets up to the top of the stairs, and I'm in the dark, and I flick the light on, and I go, where the fuck were you? And she looks me dead in the face and goes, who are you and what are you doing in my house?
Oh, shit.
That's exactly what I said. So she goes running into the kitchen, and I already hear her futzing around in the drawer, and I'm like, well, I know she ain't coming at me with a spoon. So I shut the door in the living room, and we had that, you know how you got those doors that are like that cheap flake wood doors? We had these cheap ass doors, so I shut the door, and I stand behind the door. So I'm like, she ain't gonna knock it in. And I hear her running like a battering ram, and boom, she hits the door. The whole fucking wall, the whole foundation to the house shakes. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be a smart ass, because I know she's gonna come for round two. Before she can come for round two, I move away from the door. So she come, boom, door comes off the hinges, half the wall comes down, and she's swinging the knife at me. And of course, at that point, I pulled my shirt down and I said, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Go ahead, give me your best shot. Well, guess what she did? She gave me her best shot. She stabbed me through the armpit and broke through the ribs, pierced between the heart and the lungs, and the tip of the knife came out in the front of my chest. I will tell you this, you know, for all of you out there that want to be tough guys and, you know, all getting stabbed,
it's not fun.
It's not honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Once she broke past the ribs, the breaking of the rib hurt, but it's like, if you ever live, I mean, I know you live in a hot place, but if you ever live in a place where it gets so hot that when you start sweating, and just like one specific spot on your body that you just feel like, almost like, you know, when you hit your funny bone, that tingle of heat. It's almost like you put Ben Gay on your balls.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I mean, I shit you not, I've, like I said, I've not been the best religious person, to be honest with you, but at that moment I said, oh, and I'm sorry, while saying it, I broke every commandment in the world. I said, God damn it, holy fuck, please don't let me fucking die like this. So I grabbed my girlfriend at the time in a full Nelson, and I dropped her to the floor. And while I'm having her in a full Nelson on the floor, she's reaching back trying to get to the fucking knife sticking out of my armpit. So I'm just sprawled out. If anybody's ever wrestled, I sprawled out. Yeah, I wish I figured four. I wish I figured four. That would have been fun. So, now I'm basically just sitting on top of her, and the best way to describe getting stabbed like that is if you watch a movie where they cut the jugular on somebody and the blood shoots. That's how it shoots when you get stabbed like that.
What you're saying, it went in between your lung and your heart, so
yes,
it missed?
It basically missed. It cut the capillaries. I mean, I did the surgery, the whole spiel, but basically the doctor said to me, any more of an expensive knife and you wouldn't be here to talk about it.
All right. Well, I learned my lesson. Buy cheap knives.
So if you're dating a schizo, buy cheap knives.
Buy cheap ass.
But I mean, that's just another thing. I mean, there's been little things. I remember as a kid one day, I went to the arcade. Now of course we're going back to the 70s, 70s, early 80s, and I remember that I went to the arcade and I didn't have any money, and I wound up going into the arcade, and this particular day, $1 was like $1 million for me. Ridiculous. I'll tell you two things about it, and I'm going to be 100% real. As Triforce says, some real talk. With schizophrenia, it's like having sex with two different girls, depending on what time of day, who she is. There was the plain Jane, and then there was the freakazoid, which was Vera. Vera was the one that wanted to burn you with candles and do all the wacky shit, and plain Jane just said, let's go missionary and get it done. So it added, I won't deny it, there was a zest factor to it. But, getting on to the next thing where, when I was younger, I went to the arcade, I had $1, that was like $1 million. No, it wasn't Nathan's at the time, guys. I was only like 8, 9 years old. And I remember like I played town football, and, we had practice at like 5 o'clock or whatever. So what I wound up doing is I lost quick. 4 quarters, boom, gone. And I'll never forget it. I'm walking through the parking lot, and I just said, fuck it, let's go for it. And I said, God, you think I can have $1? I walk about 10 feet, and I find $1 on the ground. Now, at 8 years old, holy shit was the first word that came to my mouth. And I went back into the arcade, and I spent it, and I lost it. And I was pissed. Even though I was like, that was cool. Now I'm like, walking back out, and of course the first thing you're saying to yourself, because you're thinking about the coincidence portion of it now. And I said, God, I don't want to be greedy. I know you just let me have $1, but you think I can have another $1? I walk about another 10 feet, I find $1, another $1, and a 5 spot. All in the same spot. Now, could it have been somebody dropped money there? Yes. But in my opinion, I asked, I received. Now, unfortunately, I fucked up, in my life, and God was probably like, yo, dude, not for nothing. For all the times that I hooked you up, where you told me you'd never do that fucked up thing again, and then 3 weeks later you did it, and I still keep giving to you. But the point is, it's little things like that that have added up in my life. And again, I don't preach. I don't tell people, I tell people this. I was talking to a woman today, and I said, look, I'm Lutheran. And as a Lutheran, I believe, in fact, for those who don't know, that song that I play at the end, that church song, is actually a Lutheran song. It's actually from, there used to be an old claymation cartoon called Davy and Goliath. It's actually the opening theme for that, but the real version. But, the point is that I don't force my religious beliefs on anybody. Now, when somebody like Gamers for Christ come in and they're basically saying, hey, look, you know what? If you believe in God and you want to, get there, don't use them. Don't use the guy. Don't all of a sudden find God because you think there's an opportunity to go to tournaments for free. The guy's not a schmuck.
He's not going to fall for that.
No, he's not going to fall for that. But my whole thing is, everybody has their own personal salvation or their personal Jesus. whatever it is. Why would people shit on somebody like that is an embarrassment to our community. I might as well have said, you know what, there's no niggers allowed on my show. Because you're basically turning around and you're segregating a group of people based on a belief system that maybe you don't believe in. And like I talked to Krispy Kreme Michael, and you know, again, I gotta, you know what, I feel bad. I gotta get the other guy's name. I talked to him, and apparently I'm gonna be, whoa, they didn't say nothing about that. We're gonna have to talk about that one.
Well, I get the basic thing you're saying though is, what, like I was saying before, it's a personal thing. As you said, your own personal Jesus Christ, in a way. So, it's what your life has shown to you, made you believe this way. It might not be for others, but
no,
the thing is,
it's not. But you know what? At the same time, rather than just discredit it, you know, I tell people, check it out. Look, I don't, you know, I've told these guys, you know, and you know what? I'll say this. In my heart of hearts, this is what I believe. And I said about the video that I did about Keats and the Hot Pocket Surprise. Not that I did, that I played. Had I watched it beforehand, I probably still would have put it on. If anything, I think putting Keats in a situation that actually has anything to do with homosexuality is an insult to all homosexuals to even put him in that type of scenario because of his lack of class. And 99.9% of the people that are gay that I've met, or even transvestite, transsexual, are better people, better humans than Keats. So to me, if anything, they're right. I did insult them. I didn't insult them based on their sexuality. I insulted them by taking somebody that I think is the lowest of low in this community and put them in their category.
damn.
And I apologize to every one of the people in this community that are gay, bisexual, transsexual, or whatever A is. If somebody can help me out what the A is.
They tell me it's asexual. Well,
Asexual.
I think we're covering over some stuff.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, but the point is, they're right. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart for ever comparing somebody that is of any of those sexual lifestyles to an asshole, scumbag, piece of shit, motherfucker that doesn't deserve to fucking even breathe my air to them. And that enrages me. Now, of course, I will see on Twitters and I will see on Reddits and I will see on NeoGaffs, oh, JamessMK is crazy, he's picking on him. I'm not picking on him. You kept it going. You wouldn't talk to players because they put OBS in their name on Twitter. You wouldn't talk to them on Twitter, guys that supported your game. Or I can't talk to them, they have OBS in their name. I can't stand that show. You don't have to like that show. I don't like UGFT. You know what UGFT? It's not United Gays, Trannies, and Fairies. It's something else. We can call it.
I'm drawing up straws here.
You got to fucking what do I got to do? UGFT. You got to fucking throw up to go to this motherfucker's tournament. I'll never come to Chicago and go near this piece of shit tournament. This scumbag stepped on fucking players and then expected them to be like, oh, it's okay. And I'm not trying to rehash shit. You know, because like I said, I don't want to spend too much more time on this. I just want to say that it's to be shown him talking shit in a channel about me for no reason. This happened how long ago? How long did that video come out?
I don't even know. I'm
Three,
almost
four,
forgot the date,
two,
but
three,
it's enough
two-
to get over it by now.
3 months. You know what? Because I won't pay. Because I won't play dive clit. All of a sudden, I'm a bad guy.
Hey, I like clits. Don't do that.
Well, don't dive over them because you got to watch out. There's some that got like electric shit that comes out of them. But it's like just let it be. You know, it's the same thing with the way the women are treated in this scene. You know, I've made a point, and I mentioned on Twitter, where were all these, when they did those articles in the Penny Arcade, they were like, JamessMK, he's a racist, and he's homophobic, and he don't like anybody. I like everybody until you prove that you're an asshole. You know, but once you prove you're an asshole forever.
Yep.
You
It's
know,
hard to come back from that.
and it's like, you know, I don't like to bring her name into things, but you know, Super Yan Miranda, who went through all that shit with fucking the Street Fighter community thing. You know, I've seen people telling her like, just get over it on Twitter. Like, just get over it. Like, she's written a couple of articles, and I've read it. You know, she seems like a nice girl. You know, I like to see what she says, but what do you mean get over it? It's almost like when they did that article, and it's ironic. You know, yes, again, I'm going to talk about Chin Dog. Chin Dog cried like a little bitch to Twitch, saying I'm playing homophobic videos, and cried. And then all of a sudden, his sick little kitty got mentioned in the article about bashing me. How fucking ironic is that? You know, it's sad. It's sad that it's gotten to that point where even the articles we see look like they're set up. What do you want me to do? You motherfuckers want me to leave? Is that it? You know, you want me to stop doing the show? Fuck you. I ain't stopping the show. You want me to stop doing the show? I'll make you a deal. I'm going to stop doing the show. Every member that sports in OBS, you pay them $1,000. When you pay them all $1,000, I'll stop doing my show. Because now they're going to be stuck watching piece of shit shows that do nothing but talk to the heroes of the West Coast and the heroes of fucking Japan and talk about Street Fighter, Ultra, Super Duper, Hyper, Nitro, fucking Smoking Crack Meth Edition. Because they're adding 4 more characters. And I'm not bashing on Street Fighter, don't get me wrong, but it's the point that, yeah, Crying Brian, I hope Crying Brian gets around. I want to get him on, you know, but it's like you don't give them an opportunity to voice anybody but their elite. The Alex Vies, the James Chens, the Ultra Davids. I was arguing with somebody, and the first thing they said to me is about the Twitch thing that happened at CEO, where people paid $12, and the guy.
Is that Evo or CEO?
Evo. And you know, I said what should happen, and I thought it would be fair, is you could turn around. Twitch should figure out the amount of money that was paid, reimburse those people, and then put that money back into the scholarship fund as a consolation, and then some. And then some. That would be fair, good customer service. I could give you respect. No, what do? They block me on Twitter.
No, but here's the thing, James, I'm just curious about. And I'll ask the stream too. How at the Evo stream? Because when I was watching the Evo stream, I don't really watch the sub chat or any chat. I just go big screen, right? How long was the chat down? Was it down for like most of the event and people just didn't get their $12 worth at all?
Yeah, some people just didn't get nothing. You know,
well, in that
people
case,
just
if
did
they
nothing.
paid $12 to talk, they should get their money back. It's just good business practice to do that.
Ooh, you know what I just learned? You got guava berry in Jamaica too.
No, I think that's a St. Martin thing. You know, we're more of the Appleton.
After the third or
type.
fourth one, it gets spicier.
Oh yeah, you're going to get nice, warm, and toasty very soon.
You know, but I mean, it's like, look, I look at everybody in this chat that comes around. I'm not here to misdirect anybody. You know, I've talked to players like Chris G, CD Jr., Rios, the Tom Brady's. Now, the funny thing is, these players, yes, they're East Coast players. I mean, I've talked to some guys, like Trevor the pastor over in the Washington area. You know, he's a young kid, and I try my hardest to make people understand. Stop with the pro sports. Learn something.
Have a backup plan.
Have a backup, not even a backup plan. Have a main plan, and the gaming can be your backup plan.
Exactly.
You know, and if you learn anything from me, you know, because I see people, well, who the fuck are you? I was the best Mortal Kombat 1 and one of the best Mortal Kombat 2 players, quote unquote, in the world. That didn't make me a professional gamer. It didn't make me anything. It just made me a dude that worked on the fucking game. Just because I worked on the game doesn't make me fucking superior over to somebody else. You know, I notice now people go out there that tested games, and now they're like, well, I'm a developer. And I say to every one of those motherfuckers that, oh yeah, Baruch Goldstein, oh God, I got you in here. I was better than you, bitch, so shut the fuck up. But I will give him this. He's better than me now. I will say that without a doubt. Because the motherfucker hasn't stopped playing it for fucking 100 years. But, you know, my point is, it's like, you know, just because you tested a game does not make you a developer. It just means you're a tester. You know what? Am I the developer of God of War? Because I play tested the beta version for them for about 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Am I a developer of God of War now? Or better yet, Injustice on, you know, the DC Online?
I don't know if I look on it as hard, as fast as you do, James. I still think the testers might, after testing, might have valid input. I'm not saying they don't have valid input, but I do agree. I think people, I don't know, maybe it's just too many fighting games out now and people just want their answers immediately.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Tricky, you want to test the D, huh? Come up to New York. I'll show you some D.
Oh, Lord. But, yeah, I just think people are just too impatient now. They don't have the time to sit down and figure stuff out before they say, well, that's broken. Maybe this is a design flaw or something like that. They're just a bit too impatient. But what can you do?
You know what it is? It's like I said. You know what a tester is?
Mm-hmm.
A tester, when I worked for Acclaim, we used to pay kids in pizza and free games. That's it. Pizza and free games. You know, and like Morse is saying, it's an open beta. Now you're a developer, man. You didn't know that? You know, it's like they don't, in their opinions. Look, you may not like what Paulo has done with some things in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's Paulo's baby. You know, it's Brian LeBaron's baby. It's fucking Hector's baby. It's Ed Boon's baby. They're the artist. You don't tell the artist, well, you know, I think you should make that ear a little bit bigger and that eye blue and that one green. They're the artist. Let them do their game the way they want. You know, and if this industry is going to grow, you know, it is very much the same as Hollywood, the entertainment industry. Okay, now are you going to turn around in Titanic and say, well, no, you know what, Leonardo DiCaprio should have been saved? You know, well, no, you're changing what the guy wants to create. It's his vision. You know, just like, you know, some people were not ecstatic about Mortal Kombat Legacy. You know, that I loved the Raiden episode where he got stuck in the loony bin. I thought that was a great twist on it. A lot of people didn't like it. You know, and that's but it's his rendition.
James, would you be as upset if they were more civil about their opinions? Like, if they when they post on Twitter if they weren't so change this now and more like I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this move, Paco. You have any tips or something like that?
You know what? Because
I
I'm
think
old
it's a lack
school.
of civility that
Because I'm old school and Paco's old school. I wouldn't want him to do that. You know, and I'm calling it right now. Perfect Legend, VXG is his. And I'm also calling down the road, people are going to see, because I finally, after April, May, June, now we're in July, after 4 months of this game, I spent more than 5 minutes with it. All you motherfuckers are missing one character. Fucking Hawk Girl.
Yeah, but Trey's been telling me about Hawk Girl from day one. I saw Hawk Girl's moves.
And you know what?
He's good.
He's Black Nostradamus because he sees that shit for what it is. Hawk Girl could shut Superman down. The only key to it is you're not going to get 50% damage combos.
Only in the corner. Only
in the corner. But what you are going to get is you're going to get the ability to turn around and say, MC Hammer time. Can't touch this bitch. You can't touch me. But when I hit my combo, I'm going to do 40. I'm going to do that 3 times. Boom, good night. Have a nice night. You know, and that's something that a lot of people aren't looking at. And the only reason, and the funny thing about it is the only reason I really jumped instead, you know what? I want to fuck with her is because of her Darkest Night costume. Because now I'm like, yo, she looks like a badass bitch. I want to fuck with this girl now. You know,
James, you're into corpses.
You know, and well, you know, necrophilia. You know us white dudes. You know, we don't like to change out of race too much, so we stick with all the white things, even if they're dead.
Yeah, that one has a little bit too much flesh. yeah.
Even a black man eventually turns white. But no, I'm and another person is Shazam. Everybody's been shitting on Shazam, and I'm like, yo, they got some junk, you know.
I never thought Shazam was bad. I'm looking at Zod. Zod can beat Superman. People just need to learn that Zod charge is the best whiff punish you'll see from range. It's fast enough to whiff punish almost any move.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zod's obviously going to be somebody that's going to be laying some smack down. Now I don't know. Is VXG is he legit? I don't even know.
He's legit for VXG. Last thing Rolando told me a couple weeks ago.
Good. You know, I mean, see, Biggs is saying it. Shazam's broke. He got some broke ass shit. Yo, fucking tear up the world with that shit, man. Whatever it takes. You know, I don't like when there's a group of people that are considered the elites. I hate that. You know, the elite players. I like to see the playing field open up. And CEO, Evo did that in top 32. There was a lot of people going, who the fuck is this dude? Who the fuck is this dude? You know, like My God. You know, we all in the MK community knew My God. But they were like, who the fuck is My God? You know, and Wound Cowboy, same thing. He's another one that, like, he's not well recognized beyond the MK community. Solid player. You know, KH Cat, the guy who helped get Carlos to CEO with me. You know, Combat Houston guys. Outside of the MK community, they're not well known. But these are solid players that can take, you know, they can bring their A game and make you say, what the fuck?
Well, you have to, when I look on it, you have to understand that the whole top player mentality evolved from people just watching the stream and they see who's won most tournaments. So I think it's a natural human thing that people kind of suck up to their opinions. But I do agree they need to do less copy paste and just try to learn the game. Yeah. Try to learn stuff on their own. They'll be surprised what they find.
Oh yeah, people are definitely, you know, if you know, James, are any of the Caribbean countries going to defend VXG and win the game? You know what?
Dominican Republic has the best chance because they play fighters a lot there.
Well, now, is Trini considered Caribbean or is it just South American?
No, Trinidad is Caribbean.
All right, so if Trinity, you know, my boys Vincent down there, him and his boys down there got some shit. You know, I don't know if they're gonna get there. You know, I think there's actually issues with visa going back and forth between there. I think, and
Possibly.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they're gonna go. But yeah, they fucking my face sucks. Not all black dudes have big dicks, but all white dudes do.
Yeah, sure.
When do I get in? I get in at 1:15, guys. 1:15, I will be in St. Martin. By 9:15 in the morning, I'll be hammered. I just gotta be hammered enough not to get turned away at the gate.
Don't worry. I'll call it first. You'll find James in the sand, just lying down.
See, tricky. I think you got See, when a white chick is digging black dudes, they call it jungle fever. I guess what do we call when a black chick is looking for some Wtih? I don't know. We got to make a new word up for that. We're gonna have to call that. I don't even know what to call it. It's not jungle. Fluffing nutter. That's a white trash thing. Come on, man. Who in this chat hit 1 if you eating a fluffing nutter sandwich? Gold digger. Only a gold digger when they got money. White chocolate fever. See, everybody here is eating a fluffing nutter sandwich. Did you ever eat Nutella?
Nutella?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that chocolate
Exactly.
peanut butter spread shit? Mm-hmm. I tried it. Bit too sweet for my tastes.
You know what? As I got older, because I used to eat hot dogs right out the package without even fucking cooking them.
Well, that will give your stomach a nice time after you're done.
And then you realize, as the time goes on, and you realize that it's not even beef. It's everything but the beef. And I'm like, wow, I ate that, and that kind of got me sick. I got to drink a gallon of milk before I leave because my milk will go bad if I don't. See, that's how fucked up I am. I'm like, yo, I got to drink it all. I don't care.
James, you seem to be a man who does not waste food.
I don't waste nothing. I made some homemade chili the beginning of the week. It'll put hair on a woman's chest.
Damn.
It'll take the hair off a dude's chest. But I make sure I got every day I've had it because I'm like, yo, you know what? Since the split up with the wife and all that, I'm like, I'm back to cooking again. Ironically, I got a culinary degree.
Well, time to use that shit.
Yeah. Well, when you're by yourself, it's I'm not gonna make myself chicken cordon bleu with bacon wrapped fucking asparagus, nothing wacky. I'm something quick that'll last me where I could just come in and go out. But it's you get to the point where, as far as the players go, I like to see the new faces. I like to see people that are who the fuck is this dude? When Kerbalicious, which apparently I'm rooming with, even though I don't room with people. So, Kerbo, just understand this. I guess I got to be your father since your mom's not coming. Man, I'm not getting... Fucking Rolando, you did this shit on purpose. You're guilt tripping me. Because he's so young, too, and I got to ooh, he's a young boy.
Oh, so no parties for Kerbo after each day? That sucks.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think the drinking limit's 17 or 18 there, right?
Oh, he crossed the threshold?
I think he's teetering on it. So if I pass him off as my son, I'll be all right.
Yeah, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
Hope the girls don't wind him off too much.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, I am going to change the face of that country. There's no woman that's safe. I don't have to be... Well, no, I do have to bag it because, I don't know there, I hate to say it. It sounds kind of fucked up. I don't know the AIDS to not AIDS ratio. And
doesn't matter. As far as I know, AIDS don't have a sign that says, hey, I have AIDS.
No, but, if you go to Brazil and you're playing Russian roulette with a shotgun, so... I mean, I'm not.
I think that's true for any country. I don't go unwrapped anywhere. You don't see me going without Wellingtons.
Well,
So
I mean, if I can't find any, because I'm a white guy, so we just got to get like a Snickers wrapper and use that. We tape it with a little fucking rubber band, and you're good to go.
now you have to go they'll have to do hand jobs and I have to inspect the hands, see if there are any cuts. No cutsies.
Wait, it sounds like you got this down to a science. She's ready to give you a rope off. You're like, show me your hands. She's like, excuse me, show me your hands. Wait, let me see your cuticles.
All right, you're good to go. Go ahead, proceed.
Oh, you got a French manicure? Oh wait, but what's that cut from? She was like, oh, I was roping one out on my own. Nope, sorry, I can't do it. That's
Nope, can't do it.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me go in my bag and get a latex glove.
Can't take any risks, James. Can't take any risks.
Now, my boy, fucking Tony T, was telling me how he was violated by 5 Filipino girls same time in the Philippines this week. Yes. So I will be going to the Philippines. I really find I mean, as long as they're of age. I'm not, I don't need Chris Hansen knocking down my door.
No, the only thing I'm afraid of the Philippines is, you're getting a surprise.
Well, he said he did say that he got shook down by the cops.
No. The other type of surprise.
Well, hey, you know what? We don't discriminate, but I would have to tell them I'm sorry. This ain't, my boat don't float that way. But
Yeah.
but don't worry to all the transsexuals out there. I don't condone violence to them. But, if you play smoke and mirrors, I don't want you to wonder why you got hit with the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at that point, I'm like, you may feel like a woman, but you're still a dude. So you're trying you're trying to deceive me.
Man.
You're trying to deceive me. And I know you island cats, you get funky when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah,
My boy be walking around with machetes, but like, don't worry, you're gonna still keep your dick, but you're gonna lose both your arms and legs.
I think I personally am more of a liberal Jamaican than most people. I don't care, but I understand where it comes from. You don't trick people. You be upfront with them. You
know what? I could look. I'll tell you right now. If somebody like KO Police or who's the other big name, guys in the chat? Who's the other big name? No, I'm not intoxicated. Steph Science. Trust me, not yet. Caraface, I think it is. Yes, Caraface.
Oh, Nostradamus. When I mean I don't care, as in I don't care what other people do in their private lives. Just don't surprise me. I don't need that shit. If you gave me the option, I would turn around. If I was put in that situation, which I haven't. But if I was put in that situation, I would tell the person, just like, look, I've had gay dudes hit on me. I'm an ugly old motherfucker, but apparently gay dudes like this grungy ass, boot-wearing, construction-looking dude. And I'm like, look, I'm flattered, but, I don't float that way. It's just not my cup of tea. But I don't say, get the fuck away from me, you fag, and you're fucked up. No, I don't care. But I will tell you this, and this is going to be a bit controversial. I don't believe in gay marriage, but I do believe they should have all the rights of a couple, that is in some kind of civil union. But I just don't think it should be called like a traditional marriage. And that's not because of religion, but I don't know. It's hard to explain that one because it's, and again, You're a civil unions type of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I got married by a judge. I didn't get married in a court because I stole communion. What can I say? I failed the class and I just went up online and took the wine and the wafer and said thanks. So I can't judge on that, but I don't begrudge somebody wanting, whether you're in love with somebody, the same couple, different, same sex, different sex. I'm cool with it. I don't care.
I look at it like this. I am not into that type of stuff, but if you're not fucking me, I don't care. So that's the thing. I look on it.
You know, I mean, now, all right, now, of course, if you know you meet a chick that lifts a dick and has a dick and a vagina, that's kind of a that's just. And I'm sorry if people take offense to it. That's just God fucking with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just. I mean, you know, and I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of people that, you know, one way or the other, whether it's a girl trapped in a man's body or a man trapped in a girl's body. I do believe that happens. You know, and it's scientifically it happens. It's not because the mother did drugs or nothing stupid like that. Just, you know,
Shit happens.
Shit happens. You know, and I feel bad, and I think, like, I don't agree with Obamacare, but I do believe that, you know, if a person is seeking that surgery to correct what's wrong, I think it should be covered. You know,
But-
so, you know, I would rather.
Let's not get too political.
No.
James.
I would no. Listen. I would rather that person get what they're seeking to do to better their life and have it done right than by some fucking backroom doctor in, say, Colombia that's gonna, like, inject their ass with fucking, you know, household corking and say, you know. And so, I mean, at least if it's done in that safe environment, they'd be better off. And don't get me wrong, I'm a conservative motherfucker, you know, when it comes to a lot of things, but, you know, shit happens, you know, and I just feel
But James,
like,
you hang around with too much black people. The conservatives will shun you, man.
you know, just remember something, blacks were voting Republican before they were Democrat until FDR. FDR changed that.
And I think, well, we know the history behind that.
Yeah,
When
but-
certain people switched and picked up the Dixiecrats.
Exactly, you know, and it's like, you know, traditionally, this is funny because, you know, I don't want to get too political because this is supposed to be a video game show, but
Yeah.
but traditionally, what had happened was this. Even if you look at blacks, you know, as they call them, minorities, I even hate that. I hate calling a group a minority. You
Yeah,
know?
well, they're about 16% of the population, so I think it's.
But
so
it's not a minority because everybody, you know, at least here, I don't give a shit if you're fucking purple. Well, purple, I might have to draw the line.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Purple, and if she's good looking, she getting the D.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you look at, you know, history as a whole, you got to look at it and you got to say to yourself, look, everybody has a say now. Now everybody's, well, Obama was president now. That doesn't end civil rights.
Yep.
You know, and that's the myth that a lot of people have is like, well, now that there was a black president, all you blacks better just shut up. You know, that's like that's the attitude you get, but you get it on both sides, not just one. Like everybody says, oh, it's all the Republicans. No, the Democrats are saying it too. I mean, look how quick the Democrats are turning on them.
Extremism breeds more extremism. That's
Exactly.
what happens.
Exactly.
People get defensive, and so when people say crazy shit, they're like, your immediate response is to say crazy shit back because, you know, it's politics. What can I say?
So needless to say, to get off the subject, everybody, if you want to knock boots, knock boots. If you're gonna pull out a penis on me and surprise me, it's not
Tell
gonna.
beforehand.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even if you tell me beforehand, it's not gonna happen. I don't begrudge you. I'm not. Hey, Mister, I'll tell you right now, Mr. Molina. He's in the fucking room right now. He's a good-looking guy. I ain't gonna try to fuck him, but he's a good-looking guy. Now, I would say this: somebody like Mr. Molina, if I was, no, I wouldn't bang KO Police. You know, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If one day I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I like dudes now, then so be it. You know, I mean, of course, my father might disown me because he's a little bit old school. Actually, no, you know what? My father, I joke around about that. My father, you know what? It's funny because my sister is kind of on both sides of the fence. And
She plays for both teams.
but she leans more towards the women's league over the men's league.
So more taco than sausage.
Yeah, she's a scissorer.
I get you.
You know, but it's like, you know, that's what's funny because like when people say that to me, I'm like, My kid's sister floats like that, and what? Am I supposed to bash her? Because I'm such a homophobic, gay bashing person? I don't care. You know, which brings me back to the original point, which was, fuck you, Keats, fuck you, Chindog, fuck you, Alex Jebali. You guys talk shit behind my back till you're blue in the face. I don't care. If you want to have the pair of balls to man up and come on the show and talk to me directly, we can talk. And it won't be fuck you, fuck this. I think I've had Alex on here about 4 or 5 times. I think I've been civil with him every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't rip into him. I know Triforce and him have had their little tit for tat. But I just want, if these guys that self-proclaim themselves as leaders of this community will not engage what they call the minority of the community, then why the fuck should we give them the time of day and attend their events?
I don't know. When I look on the Twitter stuff, just out of curiosity, when I'm bored, I have to wonder what the age the people are on. I mean, Alex sometimes doesn't act like he's 30. Act like he's over 30 years old sometimes. When you look on the Twitter posts.
Yeah. He says some dumb shit.
Yeah, I have to wonder his age sometimes.
You know, but what kind of kills me about it is, like, before that video, he would come on this show, he would promote his stuff. Did I ever tell him, no, you can't promote? Did I ever tell anybody? Have I ever denied anybody from coming on this show? Can anybody name anybody?
No, the stream's thinking.
Think all you want. Name one. Hey, Crimson's here? Tell Crimson to come on, because fucking that's OBS Homie Tyson. I had Webster going after him. I told Webster last week, I'm like, oh, you want to know who Homeboy Tyson is? It's Crimson Shadow. What? What do you mean? I said, yeah, it's been him the whole time. But I'm just breaking his balls.
Okay, let me see here. I'm getting some messages here. Triforce says he has some drama to release for us.
Let's see, hold on.
I told him to message you, James.
I got it. You know, but like I said, guys, you know, I want to do whatever. Okay, yes, we are going to add Mr. Triforce. Oh, we got like a serious look at his pic now.
Yeah, man.
I just want anybody that comes to this show. Triforce, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are. You're feeding back a little bit.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me look for a headset. Is this it?
I just spent $2,000 on a new laptop, people. Just so you all know, when I go down to VXG this week, I will be doing shows live from VXG. I'm going to try to do every day. Interviews with players, coverage of the games, all the drama, all the hate.
All the salt.
All the salt.
I found it coming. The stuff I gotta tell you. It has something to do with event hubs.
With what?
With event hubs, he says.
What did these assholes say now?
Oh man, okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes.
No feedback?
Nothing. You're perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys a series of questions, and I want your opinion on these questions. This doesn't even make any sense. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. So now earlier in the year, well, late in the year, VXG had pretty much concluded their campaign for qualifiers, right? So to go to VXG, which everybody knew what it was, and everything was set. So East Coast Throwdown was the last chance qualifier, whatever the case may be. Reinhardt found out about VXG. And when Reinhardt found out about VXG, I remembered him talking to Rolando and saying, how come there was no European qualifier? Rolando went back to the tourist board and asked the tourist board, could they make an exception to bring European players over? So the tourist board said, okay. The tourist board said, boom, we're going to foot the qualifying bill for Europe. So they can be 2 qualifiers for it. Yada yada yada. Make it happen, and they'll work with the airline company over there to try to get the players down. So whoever wins. So Reinhardt and Black and White won for both Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom. So a deal was made, right, between the airline company Caribbean Airline and VXG and St. Martin Airline, where they would fly the European players out to Trinidad, and then from Trinidad, the corresponding airline would then fly them into St. Martin. So obviously, it's a connecting flight. So, that was the agreement. Everything was set, and the guys won, and they were all set. At the last minute, Caribbean Airlines pulls out, which was kind of messed up that they kind of pulled out like that and denied the players their flight from the UK out to the Trinidad. See, the way it works is that St. Martin and VXG was supposed to take care from Trinidad to St. Martin and back. So that was the agreement. So they put a Twitter out, a message came out on Event Hubs, and they went in. They started calling this guy a fraud, a sham, a this, that. Then my name got pulled in it. I don't understand how my name got pulled in it. I am not an airline company. I am not the St. Martin Tourist Board. I did not do the qualifier for the European, but I got dragged in it, and they just went ham, saying that, these guys set them up. Why didn't they give them the tickets? And you know what I find so ungrateful about the fighting game community? Rolando spent $50,000 in airplane tickets and hotels for his first time leaving his island for the FGC. And the disrespectful FGC bombards him with all of this negative feedback when they've never gotten anything like this from any other organization in the FGC. This is barring the leagues. We're just talking about from the community. They have never gotten a qualifier at this magnitude. $50,000. That's half of what Evo gave out in money last year. Not to mention the next $50,000 in money that you can win at VXG this year. So it's just so disrespectful to watch them just bash him. And there was this guy in there, I forgot what his name was. Well, let me see what this idiot's name is. This guy,
Triforce, they're just trolls, man. You can't pay them any mind. You have to just set the record straight.
But here's the problem with trolls. Here's the problem. Trolls. First of all, I hate the word trolls, because you know what? It's like calling the people that are in our stream right now trolls. You know what? You're the fans of the show, and I love each and every one of you the same. I don't care if you come in this show and say, JamessMK, suck my dick and eat my ass. I don't care. You're here, but you know what? You say that and you listen to us and we entertain you, and believe it or not, it works 2 ways. I get entertained by you guys just as much. When I see some of this stuff, sometimes I got to step back and be like, all right now, but it's a little too much. But you guys, that's why this show is your show. Because as much as I try to give to you, you're giving back to me. So anyway, to uninterrupt myself and get back to Triforce. So basically these guys are saying this person is who?
Yeah, now... They go in on Rolando. The guy's name here's his name, Trish Threesome. Now, I'm glad David brought up the whole thing about trolls, and this is where I have to disagree. In my experience, 12 years into the fighting game community, actually no, it's 11. 11 years in the fighting game community, I'm starting to believe now that these aren't trolls, because the way this guy goes in, he's quoting certain things that was said. Remember the jailhouse situation? Okay, so he went back and quoted the whole jailhouse situation, which I don't understand, because we did a little podcast which pretty much settled the whole situation on Jailhouse. That Jailhouse actually jumped the gun, tried to blow up Rolando when he was in the wrong. That he had
Yeah,
to
he
delete.
did it on that test your might forum right quick.
He had to
when people
delete
were
the
telling him
thread.
he fucked up.
He blew up himself trying to blow up Rolando for no reason, which wasn't even cool. Like, why would you even do that? And the way these trolls are going in now, it looks more like an agenda than them just trolling. And it's too organized. When this guy put an outline of the things that VXG and Empire Arcadia did wrong, although it's not true, the point is he made an outline. He took the time to sit down and do a bad investigation on what he thought was, the faults of EMP and VXG, and he was completely wrong. Now, after all of that, they said that we are frauds. We set up Ryan Hart, and we set up Black and White, and all of this other nonsense and blah blah blah. So guess what? Rolando now, VXG finds a way where they come out of pocket, out of budget. This is something the fighting game community that I completely now truly agree with a lot of tournament organizers. And the fighting game players are ungrateful scum. And I don't mean all of them. But I do mean a vast number of them. They are ungrateful scum because they believe, and this is the part you be preaching 24/7, Jimmy. They are divas where they believe because they can play the game, you owe them. Not even entitled, you owe them. Like you must do it or else. And they don't understand that these are businesses to run and there's a budget. The budget is finite, it's not infinite. These guys don't have $1 billion and they have to pay a certain amount. VXG had to go over the budget to buy these guys flights to make up for something another entity did wrong that they were then blamed for. And then after all of that is done, and Black and White and Reinhardt's now being taken care of, and the Event Hub's updates the posts, you don't see a single apology.
No, you're not going to get apology.
Come on.
It's like, look, when when this Penny Arcade did their little hit job on me. I found it ironic that they took it out of context. A couple of my blow-ups, which, you know what? I'm not the CEO of a company. I'm not fucking a professional anything. I'm just a dude that comes on. I'm the dude. I'm the Big Lebowski. I'm the dude. I'm the dude that comes on the show on Tuesdays. When I'm on Twitter, I say what I feel. Isn't that the point of Twitter?
Yep,
I mean,
the dude
I got
must
people.
abide.
I got people saying, I took a shit at 3:30. I don't need to know that, but thank you for sharing that with me. If you want, I'll retweet it so the rest of the world knows you took a shit at 3:30, and I'll ask the simple question: did you wipe afterwards?
Good question.
Look what OBS. I guess Dick Futeki, is that his name?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't mind him. His name does not show his character. Seems cool.
Yeah.
But no, he made a simple statement. He says something. Well, the chat's going too fast, so I'll just try to paraphrase. He said that happens all the time. Triforce. Where is it? When someone is promised something, don't say they are ungrateful. So he has already misinterpreted what I said and what I mean. I am not talking about Ryan Hart. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I'm talking about how gamers believe that, like, okay, an event happens, right? And they believe that when they're told they're going to get something, they have to get that and more. Where that came from is pretty much like, I'm watching a lot of gamers and it's like these guys they be acting like they win all the time. So you can never, and I mean ever, mess up because of the status that they're at and the champions that they are, that if you ever mess up, that they blow you up and all this other stuff. And I'm like, it's really not like that. Like, listen, you're a gamer, you play professionally, you're good at it, you're a champion. Here and there, you win here and there and whatnot. Let's try to take it in strides. Let's not try to blow it up more than that. And that's pretty much what you're saying, James. Like, at the end of the day, you're not a freaking rock star. Like, they need to cut it out. That's where I'm going with that.
Triforce, which player or players have given you that impression? Because evidently it's not Reinhardt. Because Reinhardt's pretty chill guy.
I'm not getting it from any one player. I'm looking at it, the community as a whole. And when you look on Twitter and look at the stuff that's being said by players when something goes wrong. When something goes wrong, they over exaggerate everything. They don't even wait till all the facts are out first before they try to blow something up. They just blow it up immediately. And then when they find out that they're wrong, there's not a single apology. They move to another subject and whatnot. Now, look at it from a sponsor's point of view. Let a player not do his job with the sponsor. You'll never see the sponsor blow anything out of proportion. They take the professional route and they just keep it moving. And it's not a big deal. So I kind of feel sorry for the sponsors sometimes because, like, now I don't feel sorry for the sponsors all the time because sometimes the sponsors bring this on to themselves. But, like, I'm just trying to find a medium and a fairness. Like, guys just need to just stop. Like, this is crazy. And, like, TOs and certain Illuminatis, like, you guys need to, like, really behave yourself. Like, this type of attack is actually just whack. Like, you gotta find
I'll say
way.
Triforce because since Jabali puts his business out there for everybody to see on Twitter, I'll say it because Jabali, I don't know if he's trolling or not, but anytime there's a problem with VXG or something, he always finds a quick jab to throw in there. I've noticed that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something about Alex, and he ain't ever going to come on this show again. And if he does, I'll give him a piece of my fucking mind. And if he wants to tell me some bullshit, he don't curse, he can go fuck himself because I know he does. The point is this, he shaved his fucking head because he wanted to look like the dick that he actually is.
Okay. Okay, but wouldn't that require a stick on the top of his head? Let me
Nah, because he's actually, when you look at him straight on, you're actually looking straight at his ass because all that comes out of his mouth is shit.
Oh Lord.
It's like these, like, okay, if you're gonna have a campaign, right? If you're gonna have a slander campaign and has an agenda behind it, people need, like, some of you trolls, you need to go back and tell your bosses that you need better information. Like, you can't be just grasping at straws. Like, so far, this is the funny thing that I find funny. Nothing against event hubs, but I want to kind of bring event hubs into question, and I want to bring SRK into question. This is the blow up now. So with SRK, Evo, SRK, well, SRK is Evo. SRK and event hubs is going to be, I'm going to call them out right now. And this is a very fair statement. So, EMP and VXG together have been promoting almost every single event we have sent our players to that we could afford, right? So this is Final Round, Winter Brawl, Tour Yukon, East Coast Throwdown, CEO, and Evo, right? Every time a major comes up, right? Correct? You see some type of promotion that leads up to the event, correct?
Yes.
On the corresponding sites, correct? All right. Now, until this morning, it actually happened this morning, there was a promotion of Ono promoting the beach.
Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you know that, you remember actually it was shown on the OBS show. You remember that trailer, the trailer with it had Noel Brown, Yipes, Dominion, Cheyenne, Tokido, all those guys in that, the $30,000, which is supposed to be $50,000, but they made a mistake and put the wrong amount of money in it, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Remember that you guys you debuted that trailer?
Yeah.
How come that was never on event hubs? And how come it's not on event hubs now?
How about this? Because you know what, I've bit my tongue for a long time. How come Event Hubs was told by SRK people that if they mention the name of this show on theirs, that they're not even allowed to do a goddamn article on me anymore, that there would be repercussions. What repercussions?
Okay.
I don't know. But
So
they were
let's-
told there
let's
could
get
be
into that.
repercussions.
Let's get into that. And this is where we stand now. Now, this is what I'm talking about playing dirty. And this is
That
now,
is dirty.
Next week Tuesday, these are the type of files that's gonna come out on the On Blast show next week Tuesday. But like, if look, there's nothing wrong with having a competitor and having a rival. For VXG, Evolution is a competitor, but that doesn't mean that they have to play in a disrespectful manner.
It doesn't mean they're rivals. They're competitors.
Yeah, they're just competitors. They can still compete professionally. You see, there's no reason to do cutthroat, dirty tactics. Okay, you guys want to do whatever you got to do to try to push your event over VXG. Do it. Do what you got to do.
But do it clean.
As long as in reason and exactly, and do it clean. Like, these are the things that we're talking about. These are the type of files you're gonna see on next week's show, because it's like, yo, this come on, like, this is ridiculous now. Like, now you guys are getting, like, you're ODing it. There hasn't been a single promotion for VXG on SRK. You know, a letter was sent to SRK asking them, okay, now that Evolution is over, can you please put on the front page an article for VXG? This was like the umpteenth time they asked SRK to put VXG up on their site. It's a fighting game event. It is sponsored by Capcom. Why is it not on SRK? Why? Why has there not been other? So we sent the last letter. Now everyone will say, well, you did a smear campaign to boycott Evo by not sending members of Empire Arcadia to Evo. 14 people from EMP were at Evo. So that squashes that nonsense. So with that nonsense being squashed, now why can't VXG get any burn? This is the stuff that doesn't make any sense, because we talked to SRK and told them, listen, we know what your dates are now that we finally got the talks to understanding your dates, and we're going to move our events so that they do not compromise the dates of VXG. And after VXG, we want to talk with SRK so we can try to do something better for the community. So if that's put out on the table, why is the dirty game still being played? Why are they getting people to create nonsense accounts on these forums, to create these hit job character assassination or reputation assassinations of VXG and EMP to come out here and spit nothing but malarkey? Then when their malarkey is dumped, there's no we don't benefit from it. Because you have to understand, there's a lot of people coming into the community, and it doesn't matter afterwards when you find out that they're wrong. The point is, it was put out there. People go on those articles and they read it, and they may never come back to see if the article's been updated to find out if something's been rectified or not. They'll just say, last thing I read, VXG ain't fly Ryan Hart out in black and white to VXG. But, and that's what I heard. So, like, oh, they're frauds.
The thing is, they did update your update to it where you said they were able to get Reinhardt and Black White to come.
Yeah.
But I think the nature of how articles are updated, what will happen is if people click on the story, they'll see the first line of trollish comments.
And then
Exactly.
that's it.
And
It
that's
don't go
it.
past that. They know.
They don't go past that.
Look,
The damage-
they think, okay, that they are the elite, the smart ones, that we are the stupid sheep that they gotta lead, that they don't think that somebody like myself or Triforce or Rolando knows that there's media tactics and techniques used and ways of wording things to make it like,
Whoa, James. You missed something in your chat. You missed something, yo. Thank you. Whoever that guy was on your chat, you are godlike. You are so godlike. He just made me go to Event Hubs. James, look at this. And see, come on, Event Hubs. Come on, man. I thought we were off to a good start, man.
what,
Guys,
nine
stop.
minutes ago? 9 minutes ago?
9 minutes ago, now they're promoting VXG. Come on, guys. Like, come on, man.
You know what's putting the change around it? Remember when Ono did the promotion you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Since Ono is a big representative of Capcom, and Capcom promoting VXG.
Exactly.
Lots of the people can't say, they can't really go to the excuse this is a fraud tournament or drug money or some sort of repugnant, retarded shit.
Oh shit! It's not a drug tournament. Fuck. Then why am I going?
But come on, man. Come on. You gotta play fair. Like, this is what I'm saying. Okay, fine. You wanna compete against VXG and you wanna battle them? No problem. But play fair, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Now, Triforce comes on the On Blast show complaining and bitching like a little girl. 9 minutes later, it finally gets post? That's crazy.
That's not bad, being that, what, there's 2 days before the event starts? It's like, come on.
Looking at this prize pool already. Winner of Street Fighter 4 gets 14 grand. Jesus. Or that's the entire pool. That can't be right.
No, it's $14,000.
For the top 16.
16, yes.
But from what? Okay, I'm checking the website. Okay, it seems that the first place prize gets like 6,000. So looks like most of the prize going to first place.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sorry. I know Triforce. You know, I'm anti-EMP. It's so ironic for me that I'm rooting for what brought me back to this community to walk out with 12 grand. And that's Perfect Legend. I want him to come into that home territory and redeem himself for last year. I respect that. KDZ's your boy. I want him to go down. I respect KDZ as a player as well, but I'm a New Yorker. I like the Mets and the Yankees. In this scenario, I got to go. KDZ's a Jersey dude. Jersey did me dirty. Ohio, Ohio. Well, Ohio's Ohio, so I'm rooting for my for Perfect Legend this time around. So just so you know, so I think we're gonna have to make a bet on that one.
I'm rooting for the Jamaican players that made it. I'm just hoping they do well.
How many Jamaican guys are coming down?
Far as I know, from the qualifiers, I know for sure that Mr. Tekken is coming, and because he made the qualifier, and Mr. Lee will also be going for Marvel. I hope they do well.
Perfect turd. My face sucks. Come on now. Perfect Legends calmed down over the years. Yeah, it's funny because Triforce. We were talking about the MK scene earlier. It's such a constant change that goes on in this scene. It's like, friends become enemies, enemies become friends, shit just shifts. But at the end of the day, I don't care who wins, but I am rooting for Carl this time around. That's why, I told him, I said, I think I got to fuck with you. I said, because when I fuck with you the most, you do the best. I was going to make a cantaloupe of him tonight, and I was like, because I'm running around so much, I didn't have time. But he's my player of choice. Obviously Junior too, but KDZ, I'm sorry, man, it's not your time yet.
It's whatever. Like for right now, we have a goal. EMP is just trying to win 3 of the championships. That's what it's like when we go to these tournaments, we try to play spades. So for us, it's a how many wins
watch the words you say. I don't like that word spades. I find it offensive.
What are you talking about? That's the name of the game.
Oh, okay. My bad. That was my grandfather talking in my ear.
Oh Lord, James. Oh Lord.
Oh, I'm talking about the actual game spade. When you say you get a 3 out of 4 books, 3 out of possible 4 books.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get. It's about 9 or 10 tournaments. So we're just trying to get 3 out of 9 if it's even possible. So I want KDZ to back up his Evo title. This would be good because then he would have won 1 major in the US, 1 world championship, and 1 international championship. But he's not the only person in the run for it. You have CD Jr. Unfortunately, Tom Brady and Rio will not be attending VXG.
So that means the
It's-
CD
it's-
Junior in the chat is a fake. Okay, good, good.
Yeah,
No, it's confirmed.
Junior. Listen, Junior's getting on a plane at 6 in the morning. Trust me, he ain't coming
Yeah,
on this
exactly. So whoever's doing that nonsense, stop it. So,
Also-
but it's going to
so
be.
No,
Go
Triforce,
on.
I was going to ask. You said Rio said he couldn't make it. Have you spoken to Tom? Because I heard it's been radio silence with Tom.
No, it's been confirmed that neither one of them can make it. That's all
okay.
I can't give out the information. The tickets are not the problem. I'll tell you that much. But as of today, it's been confirmed that they will not be attending. The tickets
man.
were not the problem. They just
Oh
won't
man,
be
you're
attending.
going to miss out, man.
And
Lots
I'm
of
just
drinks
leaving
and
it at
girls.
that. Yeah.